I'll show you something. Look at this, the bluest blue on this afternoon. Sun is already down, almost down. It'll be dark in 1.5 hours. We literally had just a thunderstorm rolling through here, and it was the darkest clouds you could actually imagine. Well, that was like 20 minutes ago, and now cleared up. This is actually the first time we see the sun today, because it was cloudy all day long. Just a few times the sun came out, and we actually managed to get it even says showers there. See, we get 52 kilowatt hours. Just a normal day with clouds and showers. 52 kilowatt hours. It is fucking insane. This solar system is fucking insane, I tell you. But definitely we didn't have 3.5 amps outside today, and I hope I won't see this number on the Victron system at all anymore. Never ever again. Well, this is a t-shirt my friend Average Joe from the US sent me. It was made like 9 months ago when I still had the battery 1.0 and a little bit of solar on the roof, and we could actually see 3.5 amps when the sun was shining. So this situation has luckily changed, and I hope I don't see this 3.5 amps anymore in real time, unless it's super cloudy or so. But yeah, we've got like temperatures of 240 amps at the moment. Well guys, in today's welcome back to the off-grid garage, actually in sunny hot Australia. Jeez, what an intro. I was just picking up the Müller Energy BMS Smart BMS with the active balancer switch. So if you haven't seen the video, I link it down below. It was just 2 videos ago. We have tested this 250 amp JBD Smart BMS for lithium iron phosphate batteries in combination with this slightly modified active balancer here. And as we all know from the many tests we have done here on the channel, you should not leave these ones here connected all the time, because they are imbalancing, disbalancing, debalancing. Well, they are doing the opposite from balancing if you leave them connected all the time to lithium iron phosphate. And this is exactly what this BMS prevents. It only turns on this balancer when we reach the balance voltage, which we can set inside the BMS. Anyway, the link is down below. What I'm going to do tonight is actually, it fits perfectly to the same topic. It is the main discussed topic everywhere in the forums, on YouTube and on social media. It is about balancing your battery. Really, Andy? Balancing? Really? Okay, let me show you what I have this time. Let's put the Müller BMS away, because we want to test the 3 to 4S capacitive active balancer here from Heltec today. Now guys, I'm not kidding. It is the capacitive active balancer. It is a special edition of the Heltec balancer. So let's see what's in the box here. Balancer in the back, balance cables. That looks all very much the same as we know it. But, and here again, here's our balancer again, right? It looks super the same as the one from Müller Energy here. Look at this, same balancer. It just has a sticker. Let me remove the sticker here. I don't want to cover the sticker all the time. I'll show you. Remove this sticker. So now you can see it. So it is actually the same Heltec balancer as the Müller one, as our toast. There's nothing visible different to any of the other balancers, but well guys, this might be the one we are after. I know, right? I said this before about the BMS. This might be the BMS we are after, because this one turns on and off our active balancer. And then people start complaining and say, well, look at all this mushy of cables you have. But yeah, what is so special at this balancer? Let me connect the balance cables first to this battery, and then we connect this, and I'll show you what this one does. What none of the others do, only this one. Special edition Heltec. Look at this. Looks exactly 100% the same as the other ones. So I've got now two balancers here. This is the magic Heltec BMS we were just talking about, and this is a normal standard one you can buy online. This is one we have seen many times here on the channel. This is the 4S version. It's also available in 8S and 16S. And if I connect this one here to our balance cables now, we can see the light turns on. You can see the light turns on and the balancer starts working straight away, right? So it just balances this battery. There's nothing else connected to the battery, just these balance cables here. Standard procedure, it starts balancing straight away. And it basically never stops unless you go under 2.7 volts or something, then they turn off. But apart from that, they are constantly balancing all the time. And this is exactly the problem with these ones, because they create this imbalance in your battery pack. So this battery here is at around, this battery is around 60-70% state of charge. So as we know, the flat curves of these batteries here, all these battery cells have probably the same voltage now, but the state of charge of these battery cells could be different, even they have the same voltage. Well, we don't know unless we fully charge this battery, and then when the voltage starts rising at 3.4 volts around, we will see actually the differences between these batteries, and then we can say, okay, this one has a higher state of charge than the other one, because the voltage is rising earlier, faster and steeper. But at the moment, they're all the same. This balancer turns on. This is the standard balancer, just a brand new one I took out of a bag. And now we put the magic one on, and we will see the balancer actually is not balancing, it is turned off. So why is it turned off and this one is turned on? That's exactly the magic. Okay, I'll show you what we have now here. This is the standard box, all these Heltec balancers come in, but this here is a custom-made special edition here again, and I'll show you what's on the sticker now. It is the PowerPole Australia balancer. You know, this is the aluminium bus bar guy from Melbourne. Yeah, he's selling all these aluminium bus bars here for the EVE batteries. There. These are all from PowerPole in Australia. And he has sent billions of these bus bars worldwide because they're pretty good. But now with this balancer, he got in contact with Heltec and said, how many millions do I need to order before you can make me a custom one? Well, to be honest, I don't know the answer about this, but I think he has ordered some of them. So, what this balancer does, it turns itself on between 3.4 and 3.43 volts. See that? And it turns itself off again at 3.3 volts. 3.4 volts, when this balancer turns on, is exactly the voltage when you should start balancing. Well, there's no point of balancing before that, because all the battery cells will still be in the flat area of the curve. And we have tested this many times here on the channel. It doesn't make sense to start balancing earlier as 3.4 volts. And I'll show you this in an experiment now. We will fully charge this battery again and see when the balancer actually turns on. Because, well, like everything on this planet, it has a bit of a downside. The turn on voltage of 3.4 volts needs to be met by all the cells. Not only one, but by all of them. And you remember this was a big problem with the DALI BMSs and also the DALI active balancers. Because with that in mind, it could potentially happen that one of your battery has a far higher state of charge than all the other ones. And this one goes quickly over 3.4 volts while the others are still charging and taking energy. But this one is already full and the voltage is rising, and the voltage of this one is rising and rising and rising while the other ones are still staying low. And if only this one goes over 3.4 volts, this balancer won't turn on until all the other battery cells are over 3.4 volts as well. And only then the balancer turns on. And at the beginning, when I read this on Paul's Facebook website, I said, this is really bad, this is not going to work. Well, if we do an initial top balance of your battery pack, what you always should do before you before you install your battery and connect everything, you do a full top balancing. So once the batteries are fully top balanced, a single cell peaking should actually not occur anymore. But we will put this to the test tonight and see if this actually works as designed. So all the cells should be over 3.4 volts to turn it on. And of course, we also want to have a look if the 3.3 volts turn off voltage is actually a problem. But I don't think it is. Okay, let me, well, we definitely need the BMS now. Okay, let me prepare this here and then we start charging the battery and see what this magic balancer does. And if it works. So, I have connected the... before someone sees that. Still a good BMS. Still a good BMS though. Okay, so I have connected our magic balancer here. The JK BMS is connected just to monitor the status of the battery when we charge it and discharge it later on. You always should use a BMS for that. And I've also connected a big display here because it has the most beautiful reflections on the display and we can't see shit on it. Jeez, what am I supposed to... You know, let me get the camera like this here. So if we go to tab number 2, we can see the cell voltages here. And it says we are at 95%. I doubt this, but the JK BMS is not calibrated, so it doesn't know anything about the status of this battery. Okay, let's put the charger on and see what we get. Okay, positive charger on the battery, negative charger through the BMS. We put 14.4 volts on the clock, 10 amps, and turn it on. And it should start charging with 10 amps. And we can see this beautiful here on this display. So what we are interested in are the cell voltages. 3.3, nothing is on 3.4 at the moment. And also the balancer is off. There, no light. So nothing is balancing. Okay, so we can now see the cell voltages down here and the balancer up here. You can see the light is turned off at the moment. It's very hard to get this all in one camera shot without any reflections. So here you can see it. And I'm increasing the amps now to charge the battery. So we are now at 15 amps, 18. And we should see cell number 2 crossing the 3.4 volts anytime soon. 91, 97. There, 3.4 volts, and you can see no light. See, there's no light, nothing. So the balancer does not turn on if only one cell is above the threshold. Okay, let's keep charging and see if this becomes a problem. So we now have the second cell above 3.4 volts, cell number 3, and still no light, no balancing. Hasn't turned on yet. There, 3.4, no balancing. So, and as it says here on the sticker, the turn on voltage could be 3.4 to 3.43 volts. We may not have reached the threshold to turn on the balancer, but you can see cell number 2 is actually rising faster than all the other ones. So number 2 seems to be the runner. Status, we've got a deviation of 22 millivolt, but still no balancing. Nice. That is so good. And cell number 1 at 3.399. There, we can see 3.4 volts. No balancing. So cell number 2 and cell number 3 are heading towards 3.43 volts. Still no balancing. So we have now the situation that number 2, 3 and 4 are over 3.43. And this is the upper level of the turn-on voltage, as you can see from the sticker here, 3.43. So 3 of the cells are above this voltage, and number 1 is approaching this as well. So we should see the balancer turning on. There it is! There it comes! Did you see that? It just turned on at around 3.43 volts. So it is now balancing. Amazing. I'll turn off the, I'm so excited. Okay, we've got a deviation of 19 millivolt. Let me turn off the charger and see if the balancer turns off straight away. Okay, charger is off, and it should not turn off before we hit 3.3 volts with all the cells. So all 4 cells need to be under 3.3 volts, which could now take a while because we don't have a load on the battery. But this is perfect. Balancer is still on. So now you can see the light very clearly. Oh, this is so exciting to see. It actually works. So it would charge the battery to say 3.45 volts. The balancer would turn on, and then it keeps balancing until all the cells go under 3.3 volts again. And I will simulate a load now with my light bulbs here. Okay, light bulbs are on. Cell voltage is declining. Ah, it has already turned off. I couldn't see it. Jeez, let's repeat. Turn on the charger. Okay, let's wait again until the balancer turns on. There it is. It is turned on. I turn off the charger. So the batteries would now go into absorption mode, or you turn off the charger because the batteries are fully charged at 3.45 volts. And now we introduce some load again. So I'll connect the light bulb in 3, 2, 1, connected. Voltage goes down. So 3.3 is our magic number. Still balancing. What is it? Cell number 2, 3.31. 3.3. We're coming close. There it turns off. There it turns off. So it's a bit under 3.3 volts. See, now the voltages are rising again because there's no load on it and the voltage just recovers now. But that's totally fine. So it seems to work just fine, as it says here on the sticker. I can potentially put this sticker here back on so I don't mix them up in the future. So this balancer actually would be a solution where you can just hook up this device to your battery, leave it connected, and it does everything automatically. Once the battery gets fully charged over 3.412 volts or something, it turns on the balancing, and then if you discharge the battery slightly again, well, it took only like 1.5 minutes or so with this 80 watts, and then the voltage goes down. You're going back into the linear, into the flat area of the curve, and the balancer turns off then automatically, which is perfect. This is the perfect behavior for such a balancer. I'll link all the details of this balancer down below in the description, as well as on my website. The only downside with this balancer is it's a bit like with the Müller Energy BMS here. Yeah, it's only available for 4S configuration. It is not as an 8S or 16S balancer available, which is, I know what you're saying. I can hear you. I thought the same. What the shit is going on here? But hey, PowerPole is building 12-volt batteries as well. So he got this one custom made for his batteries. But there's no 8S or even 16S variant available right now. But if we get enough together, again, like with the BMS, they may consider making a 16S version with the same features, the same automatic turn on, turn off voltage, because then you can keep your shitty Dali BMS and pop in one of these balancers here and you would have the perfect system, right? But at the moment it's only a 4S balancer which you can get. I know, right? Just send Paul a message. Hey Paul, just making this video about your balancer. Are you going to ship them worldwide again? And how much are they roughly if people are interested? So we have to wait now until he responds. He's usually very quick in replying. So oh yeah, I also said, also, thanks for sending one over so quickly. I have to be polite to this guy. Okay, got his reply now. So it will be $31 Australian per balancer, plus $4 for the 3D printed caddy. I should have given you one of them, but I forgot. Yeah, you should have. So Express Post is $15. No worldwide shipping. Paul said it's too much work to get all the shipping costs and negotiate all this with the buyer. So I think he may consider it if you buy it in bulk. If you buy like 10 or something of them, he may consider a worldwide shipping. But if you want only one, there's no worldwide shipping. Only here in Australia. $15 Express Post. It will be there in 1 or 2 days. Okay, he also says again, it is essential that you do a full top balancing of the batteries before you connect this balancer. Because if one of the cells is peaking, the balancer may not turn on and prevent this from happening. But on the other hand, he also says it may be actually good if it happens, because then it indicates something is not right with your battery. Could be either one of your cells which is faulty, or you have a bad connection between the bus bars and the actual terminals. So all the information is down below and on my website as well, with all the links to PowerPol's Facebook website. Get in contact with him if you are interested. And as always, I've got no interest if you're buying one of these balancers or one of the Müller BMSs here. There's no financial interest at all. There's not even an affiliate link or something. We haven't negotiated any payment or something. Nothing. I'm not interested if you buy them or not, or if you buy 1,000 of them. It doesn't affect me at all. I'm just here to show you the technical evolution of balancing, either with a Müller BMS and the balancer, or with the balancer itself only with the fixed turn off and turn on voltages. So this is all what I'm doing here. I'm just giving you the options, what's available on the market. So this is not a commercial or an advertising or something here. I'm not interested. These are just world premieres here. You've never seen any of this technology anywhere else on the internet here. Not on YouTube, not on TikTok, not on Twitter. Only here in the Off-Grid Garage. Okay guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your great support here. Thanks Joe for the t-shirt. Amazing. After 9 months. Thanks for all these wonderful and beautiful people who've donated to my channel here, keeping the show running. Thanks to everyone else as well for supporting the channel here. Leaving comments, likes, subscribe, share the videos. But still, these people who donate to the channel, they are a bit more beautiful than everyone else. So keep this in mind. And until the next video, guys, when we do... Oh, look at this. I have to show you this one here. Look at this beautiful setup. We've got the 6.9 kilowatt battery on top of the 15 kilowatt hour battery. And we will connect them together and see how the communication works. And if they turn off, if they communicate to the Victron system somehow, even there are different capacity and different BMSs. I'm so excited. And in 2 weeks time, I've got like 4 or 5 weeks off work. So there will be millions and trillions and billions of videos coming in. Okay, far too excited, I know. Okay guys, until the next video, you stay charged, stay safe, and thanks again for watching. See you then. Bye bye. It is PowerPol Australia balancer. Turns automatically on and off. Ah, yeah, here, quickly, before you go. 14.4 volts, which is like 3.55 or something. And we've got a deviation of 2 millivolt only. With the balancer connected. Is it turned on? It is turned on, of course. Yes, there it is. Works a treat. Cell voltages, look at this. All the same.